atmosphere tonight at the building they call the world's most famous arena as they come to watch their team try and stop the reigning MVP. His last visit was quite a spectacle as he lit the Knicks up for 52, nearly a triple-double. That was his second 50-point-plus game here at Madison Square Garden.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard the Soulful Sound Part 1. Now, Part 2, are you ready?
2 years ago, LeBron James won his first scoring title. Last year, he won his first MVP. This year, he can win his second MVP and his first ring, and he is putting together a season that is absolutely brilliant.
Who you want to hear?
That's a great pass by James.
On top, major highlight.
Ball away. I'll have an easy one.
Home crowd is loving it. Did the knock home. James takes to the rim. Oh, blocked by James.
Former All-NBA defender, shot clock at 2. He's got to hoist it up.
Oh, he puts it in from way downtown.
The break, Williams, look out.
Pass the pass. LeBron James! Oh, my. James again. Away.
LeBron inside, another two-hand pressure.
Here's James.
Williams to James, get out of the way.
James crossover, lefty layup, and a foul.
James continues to dribble now, has to hoist it up.
He put it in. LeBron James got himself another CD.
Oh, right down Euclid off the rim.
James wants it, gets it, finds Hickson.
Are you ready? Who you want to hear? Part 2, are you ready?
And here comes LeBron.
Squeezes the inside and scores.
You guys are the best team. You're going to be the MVP. Do you think this season would be a failure if you guys don't win at all?
Well, our goal is to win NBA championship, and that's the only reason that we prepared ourselves this way. And that's the only reason we're here to play in the playoffs is to win NBA championships.
We know you do not want to talk about free agency on the eve of the playoffs opening, but Dwayne Wade said the other day, and this is sort of a tangential point, he said the other day he's looking forward to being wooed. Do you have that need? Being recruited, being wooed?
I mean, for me, I'm not. I mean, right now, my main focus is on this playoffs. I think what's going to happen in the offseason is going to be, it's pretty big for a lot of franchises, a lot of players. But right now, I'm so sold on, you know, what tomorrow brings because I've been looking forward to this day since Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
And what uniform will you be wearing next year?
We'll see.
Thanks a lot.
There's always a sense of urgency at this point when you're down and you're on the brink of elimination.
For LeBron James, the thirst for a title has never been greater. 16 teams with one goal. To be immortalized as a champion.
Cool like that. I'm 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 cool
19 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. James has shot it lefty.
Yeah, something's wrong with that right elbow. He's going to take that left-handed.
Something was clearly wrong with the right arm. And the Celtics turn it over. Here comes LeBron.
How is your arm feeling as you head into game 2?
Well, it's about the same, Stu. You know, it's still little bumps, it's still bruised, but I'm at a point right now where I can't afford to have any excuses.
Send a heartbeat to the void that cries through you. Relive the pictures that have come to pass. For now we stand alone. The world is lost and blown, and we are flesh and blood to sit on.
And the clock is ticking towards July 1st, when he could head to any number of cities more suitable to becoming a global icon.
James takes a three. He hit it again.
And what uniform will you be wearing next year?
We'll see.
Lost it again.
What is wrong?
LeBron James, his ninth worst home playoff loss in Cavaliers history. And LeBron James' season is over. It's his career in Cleveland over. Wondering if that's the last time he'll take off a Cavalier jersey.
To being the chosen one on the cover of SI and having to be the next Jordan. He's got to go to Cleveland and carry that burden, be a savior of a city. I agree with these guys. It's time for the king to move on.
No matter what happens in that summer, you know, I'm still there.
LeBron, you said this past summer that when you walked off the court in Orlando, you had a lot of emotions going through you. What do you feel like this time?
I feel the same way. I mean, I have no plans at this point. I've made no plans, so you know, you want to continue to win throughout the postseason. I mean, that's what I geared myself towards, and you know, the fact that it's over right now is definitely a surprise for myself. But I mean, it is what it is. A friend of mine told me today after the game that I guess you have to go through a lot of nightmares before you finally, you know, accomplish your dream, and that's what's going on individually for myself right now.
Not that the folks in Cleveland need a reminder, but the Cavs season is now over, and so too could be LeBron James' run as a Cavalier.
Was it always in your plan to go and play with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh?
Well, I mean,
Dwayne and Chris, Dwayne, we'll start with you. Where are you going to be playing next season?
As for now, I'm back in Wade County.
Back in Miami with the Heat. Chris, you want to jump in and tell us where you're going to be as well?
Yeah, I'm joining Mr. Wade in Miami.
LeBron James' future. His season is over. His future very much
The answer
up
to
in
the
the
question
air.
everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
By 9:30, some Cavs fans were burning their LeBron jerseys upon hearing the news.
We hate you, LeBron. Don't ever come back.
Legacy. Traitors don't leave legacy.
I was disappointed in the way he made it. I thought it was pretty brutal. He could have handled it a lot better.
I think it's disrespectful to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Multiple championships. Not 5, not 6, not 7.
He left his hometown where he grew up and went to Miami Heat.
He went for the championship and the rings. He's just all about the money, and that's not what the NBA should be.
I never wanted to leave Cleveland, and my heart will always be around that area. But I also feel like this is the greatest challenge for me is to move on.
6'8" from St. Vincent, St. Mary High School in Ohio. Number 6, LeBron James.
Gets the pick from Pippen, spins and scores! Your Miami Heat! First James to LeBron, and look out below. For 3 in the lead. Oh my God. To the rim, it counts as the foul! LeBron! Boston wins it 88-80. Rudy for the win! Yes! 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 Right by Wade for the win! No! The Miami Heat don't close again!
I told my team I'm not going to continue to fail late in the games. I put a lot of blame on myself tonight.
Growing pains continue for the Heat. A 3-game losing streak as they fall to 8-7.
This is painful for every single one of us going through this. There are a couple guys crying in the locker room.
For 7 seasons, LeBron James wore the colors of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then came the decision. And tonight comes the return. And moments ago, he took to the court in Cleveland. LeBron James and the Miami Heat at Quicken Loan.
We hate you, LeBron. Don't ever come back.
Legacy? Trainers don't leave legacy.
Like a count.
In the city of Cleveland.
Here's James on the move. Past Williams. It counts in the foul. LeBron to the bucket. Kicking it over to James. Yes, and the foul.
Oh, man. Wow.
You know, like I said, I understand their frustration. I understand, things could have been a little bit different this summer for both sides, but, I'm moving on, and I'm happy in the position I am.
LeBron, at times this season, it seemed that you embraced that whole villain role.
Early on it did hurt a little bit to see a lot of the backlash that I got.
He went for the championship in the rings, and he's just all about the money. And
while I'm playing the game of basketball, I like to be that villain.
Look out!
When I go into a building, I want people to fear me.
He's going to have to accept and embrace being the villain.
A lot of the fans that I thought were fans, were not.
What am I most afraid of in life? Not being able to succeed.
Last thing I'm trying to accomplish. That's my goal. It's my long-term goal, but it's very, very close in sight. I won't stop till I get it.
The offensive end, Wade for LeBron. 3-on-2 for the Heat. Oh, James behind the back and finds Wade. What a move by LeBron James. Heat in command here in the fourth. James fired the throw. Oh, it's Wade with the stuff.
Puts up the 3 and puts it in. LeBron James from downtown. Here's my towards the end. What a pass.
to a season as you can possibly have. The year the Cavs was supposed to win an NBA championship, and the year the city of Cleveland was set to celebrate maybe their first title since '64 is going to end in the second round.
James over Pierce. That might be the dagger. Miami is going to close it out.
Motions around. Dwayne Wade, LeBron James exercising some demons versus this Celtic team.
Makes no difference who you are or what color you happen to be, as long as you're alive and breathing. This has got to be one of your needs.
He's hit some incredible shots during this playoff run. Nowitzki hooks it up, puts it in. 2-point game with 2:43 remaining. Well, the Mavericks fighting back, trying to save it. Ball still loose, picked up by Terry. A minute remaining. Here goes Marion. Back to Nowitzki. Lefty layup, banks it in, and the game is tied. What a comeback from the Mavericks. Timeout, Miami. Terry to Nowitzki, puts up the three, puts it in. Dallas goes up by 3 with 26. Drives with it, and he lefty layup, banks it in. Nowitzki hooks it up, puts it in. Dirk Nowitzki makes it a 10-point game. Timeout, Miami. And it's 103-92, and that should do it for the Dallas Mavericks.
Does it bother you that so many people are happy to see you fail?
Absolutely not. Because at the end of the day, all the people that was rooting on me to fail, at the end of the day, they got to wake up tomorrow and have the same life that they had before they woke up today. They got the same personal problems that they had today. And I'm going to continue to live the way I want to live and continue to do the things that I want to do with me and my family and be happy with that. So, they can get a few days or a few months or whatever the case may be on being happy about not only myself, but the Miami Heat not accomplishing their goal, but, they got to get back to the real world at some point.
Meanwhile, you see for the Miami Heat a stunning ending to one of the more compelling seasons in NBA history. A bitter finish to a year that was really championship or failure, according to most people, including the Miami Heat players.
And now it's going to be a long, painful summer before they get a chance to respond.
How would you say you play in the NBA Finals?
Not great at all. Not the way I know how to play a game of basketball on a high level. You know, I'm out there to be a game changer, and I didn't make enough game-changing plays.
Were you not aggressive enough?
Just easy to look back and say, wow, I should have did it this way, or I should have been more aggressive. I just know I didn't play well. I could have played down the stretch better. I didn't have enough game-changing plays like I know I'm capable of having. Plays where it just shifted the whole game. I don't remember having one of those plays in the finals.
How did that affect you personally?
Probably one of the hardest times of my life. You know, after the finals, I sat in my room for 2 weeks, did absolutely nothing, talked to absolutely nobody. But I also felt like this is the the greatest challenge for me is to move on.
So fine that I really want to make you mine. So fine that I really want to make you
What a show by LeBron James!
4, 5, 6.
Our guys responded to the challenge.
You don't need
with a
money when you
collective
look
effort.
at that dude.
This rivalry has just gotten nastier. By LeBron!
LeBron James keeps building his case for a third MVP award.
Named the Eastern Conference Player of the Month tonight.
Has got it in! And fouled! Oh!
Look out! Oh! I said, are you gonna be my girl?
He is unstoppable!
All that matters is having another parade down Biscayne Boulevard.
It's just one mind, one issue, one goal. Go get the trophy.
Doesn't really matter the order of the 1-2 punch. Either one of those guys could be one. Either one of those guys can be two. But you know, I just think they need to continue to play together and need to continue to get better.
Wade LeBron! Charging here! LeBron James! Puts up a three. LeBron James from downtown. James to finish. Foul! James foul again. Backs it in. Way to LeBron. James spins. Gets inside. Puts it in. And the foul. James a three-pointer. It's good. LeBron James answers. Hey, down the middle. There's Wade. Oh my goodness. That is it. The fuse has been lit.
The Heat make franchise history today thanks to LeBron James, who won his third MVP trophy of his career.
Drives to the lane. James tries again, gets inside, backs it in. Look at that. Oh my. LeBron across the lane. And right-hand jam Wade. What a play by James. James, what a pass for Wade. And the tomahawk jam by James at the basket. Second team of the year. There's Wade. There's James. Out by James. Hibbert waiting. And one for LeBron.
Game is bad as your next breath. Let's go. Heaters on three. 1, 2, 3. Heaters.
Garnett getting his usual break. James down the lane. James quickly down the other end, and James banks it in with a foul. Wade to James. Open three. Puts it in. Ties the game with 37.5 seconds remaining. And an offensive foul on LeBron James. He's fouled out. Picked up by Daniels. Final seconds. Wade looks up. And Boston wins in overtime.
And the Boston Celtics shock the Miami Heat, now up 3-2.
Miami Heat now, they are one loss away from elimination.
They must win or the season and the championship dreams will be over.
LeBron, coast to coast.
LeBron, don't ever come back.
On the run, gets inside.
He went for the championship and the rings, and he's just all about the money, and that's not what the NBA should be.
James for three. Puts it in, LeBron James.
What does that turn you into?
It basically turned me into somebody I wasn't. You know, when you start to hear the villain, now you have to be the villain. And I started to buy into it.
As Pearson throws it down, he right now is in a special zone here in the first half.
I love to laugh and joke, but you know, while I'm playing the game of basketball, I like to be that villain.
Jump hook won't go. James cuts flying in and throws it down. Difficult shot from James. Gets it to go. Hughes, smarter by James. Back in the inside. James again and puts it in again. He is knocked down every field. Has been going in all night long. James for three. Does it again. 39 points.
This is the best game I've ever seen LeBron James play.
James fires a three. Bang! LeBron James from well beyond the arc. And the Heat lead by 7.
As you said, you feel the hate. You sort of feel all this and people burning your jersey on TV. What does that turn you into? Turn you into? Turn you into?
The Miami Heat, for the second straight year, going to the NBA Finals.
If the Heat lose, because that's where the drama is. People love to hate the Miami Heat.
OKC collectively, as a unit, is a better team than the Miami Heat, and I suspect they'll take Miami out in 6 games.
James to the basket. That time he finishes. Good, strong move. James drives. Fires it up. Banks it in. What a tough shot and the foul. With his dribble, pulls back, knocks it down at the buzzer.
It's a long 2, but it is true. Harden pulls the Thunder within 7 at the end of 1. A big buzzer-beating shot.
Going through my first 7 years in the NBA, I was always the liked one, and to be on the other side. They call it the dark side or the villain, whatever they call it. It was definitely challenging for myself. It was a situation I'd never been in before, and it took a long time to adjust to it.
Back to Westbrook. Durant puts up a 3. Bang! Kevin Durant comes Durant to the basket, launches and fires it down. Harden back to Durant, in for the layup and a foul.
What'd you learn?
I got to this point by playing this game a certain way. Getting back to me loving the game and having fun with the game. I play the game fun and joyful, and I let my game do all the talking, you know, and I got away from that.
We are built to get this stop right now. We are built to get this stop.
Cross-court pass, intercepted by LeBron. Races ahead of the rim, slams it through.
What did it feel like?
Didn't feel good. When I made the decision, I was still living in Ohio, so you can feel it. You don't even have to hear it sometimes. You can feel it, the hatred or whatever the case may be of my departure. If I could look back on it, I would probably change a lot of it.
A friend of mine told me today after the game that I guess you have to go through a lot of nightmares before you finally accomplish your dream, and that's what's going on individually for myself right now.
Miami is going to clear the bench as LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Bosh will come off, and what a moment!
The Miami Heat are once again NBA champions. LeBron James captures that elusive title he so desperately coveted. Well, this finally put an end to all the criticism. In today's world, perhaps not, but even anybody that's ever rooted against him, and you love the game of basketball, you've got to respect and admire what LeBron James brings to the court every time he steps on the floor. A remarkable talent at both ends of the floor, and one of the most unselfish stars the league has ever seen.
So no more LeBron in the black villain hat?
No, I'll leave that to his game. His game can be the villain hat guy. But me personally, I'm not that guy.